Believe it or not, I'm in a cave at Fallbrook Winery. And this is one of the few wineries in Southern California that store their wines in a cave. They have 2 caves here, and they are beautiful. I'd like to have this one as my bedroom, but I don't know if my wife would agree. But, c'est la vie. We are here at Fallbrook Winery in the tasting room, along with Ted, the general manager of this beautiful winery, and also Tom, one of my best friends. And he's also the creator of one of the best websites, winormous.com. And hey, if you haven't been there, you need to check it out, most definitely. Well, we're going to be sampling some of the great wines here at Fallbrook Winery. And Ted, what I would like to try is a Sauvignon Blanc. Tell me a little bit about it, and pour me a glass.
You know, I'm hoping you weren't going to ask that, because I'm out of the Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, man.
No, we're just kidding. You're just kidding.
Man.
We have the Sauvignon Blanc right here, chilled it for you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And ready to go.
I'm looking forward to it.
Chef Cody, let me get you a full glass of the Sauvignon Blanc.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I have to join you guys unless we...
Almost done. So tell me a little bit about the history of the winery.
Fallbrook Winery, as it stands, it was built in 1981. At that time, from about 1981 to maybe 1990, it was primarily used for producing Chardonnay, believe it or not. And then it more or less went dormant. There was really nobody here. My father and I took it over in 1995. Began making Cabernets, Merlots, Chardonnays, and Sauvignon Blancs.
I'm not supposed to be telling you guys this, but I'm actually doing a fresh strawberries with Sauvignon custard, which is actually made with this wine. Yeah. So you guys got to stick around. But, you know, every time I come here, I grab a bottle of the BDX. And everybody always asks me, why is it called BDX? Where does that come from?
We replanted our vineyards in about 2002, 2003, with the idea of creating an estate wine, which the BDX is. Mm-hmm. It's called 33 degree BDX, which 33 degrees is the latitudinal parallel that the winery rests on. And BDX is sort of a play on Bordeaux. Mm-hmm. So it's a Bordeaux style wine with Bordeaux varietals blended to create the wine. In this case, it's Cabernet, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Petit Verdot.
Oh, okay.
And that happens to be, in this particular case, the blend of the BDX. I can grab a bottle of it.
Can I get a case?
You can get 2 cases.
You know, this is wonderful, and I'm enjoying all these great wines, but I got people down at the Village Square waiting for lunch, so I got to get going. You guys want to join me down there?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, come on.
All right.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Catch the Spirit. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bit of blackening spice, and I'm going to blacken this beautiful Opa. And it's the Opa bottom loin, and it's delicious, and you guys are going to really love it. We're going to serve that along with the Sleepy Hollow Chardonnay from Fallbrook Winery. And you guys are going to love this combination, because what you're going to have is a little bit of the peppers that you're going to taste on this blackened fish is going to be fantastic with this Sleepy Hollow Chardonnay. There's one other thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a beautiful, beautiful jicama slaw. If you're not familiar with it, you're going to love it, okay? The first thing I need to do is to start this pan, because we want to get this blackening skillet as hot as possible. And then I'm going to make the blackening spice real quick. Now, what I have here is, this is approximately 1.5 tablespoons of celery salt. We're going to mix in black pepper with that. I've got a little bit of garlic salt here. onion powder. This is Spanish paprika. And then my secret ingredient, lemon pepper. And then look at this beautiful opah bottom. And I would tell you, if you guys aren't familiar with opah, it's considered to be a moonfish. It's the only round fish that you're gonna find in the sea, and it actually comes from right off the coast in San Diego. And if you're interested in it, just call Chesapeake and they'll send it to your nearest grocery store for you and you can pick it up there. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the blackening spice on here, right here. Now I'm gonna pull out my trusty mandolin. And with that, I'm going to, are you guys familiar with jicama? Yes. Oh, you are? Well, for the TV audience, that's not fair. Okay, for the TV audience, this is what jicama looks like. And it's a beautiful, it's actually a tuber. I'm just gonna take the jicama and I'm gonna just slice it down on the mandolin like so. And I'm only making enough for one portion here. Then I've got some carrot. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the carrot real quick. The same way on the mandolin, the exact same size, and that's kind of important, that everything's the same size in here, in the slaw. And then I've got some red pepper, green pepper, or red pepper, orange pepper, and yellow pepper. Now, what we're gonna do with that is I'm gonna take my handy knife here. We're just gonna do a quick slice. All I'm doing is just stacking all three peppers like so. And then I'm just gonna cut straight down, like that. Nice and easy. Then I got a little bit of red onion here. And then you just julienne this very quickly. And then what I like to do is I just take my hand and I squeeze the onion and get the separate pieces to roll down into the bowl like so. And the last thing that we need is a little bit of horseradish. Are you guys familiar with horseradish? I know everybody in the audience is. But for the people at home, we're actually using raw horseradish, and this is what it looks like. And this is what it looks like when it's peeled, if you look over here. And then what we do is we take rice wine vinegar and we'll let it sit for a week to 10 days before we use it. And then you get this I think you guys know what you get then. You get all that horseradish flavor right through the vinegar, and then you can just pour that over the top just with a little bit of the horseradish. And then that is excellent. Now, to finish, I'm going to make a little bit of dressing. In order to get started, I need a pan to put the egg whites in, or a place to put the egg whites. Now, you're gonna say that your mother always told you to use both halves of the egg to separate the whites. You can do that if you want, but this is much easier. Now, what we're gonna do is we're just going to break up that egg yolk, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and this is sea salt. It's a sea salt grinder. If you're not familiar with them, you gotta get one of these. This is, first of all, sea salt is much healthier for you. It doesn't have all the toxins in it, and it's great to have a grinder for it. And then you just go ahead, boom, and then we've got a lemon. Then we're gonna go ahead and squeeze that lemon up in there like that. Now, just go ahead and break that down a little bit, like so. Now that pan's getting nice and hot. Okay, I got some olive oil here. Just stir that through. Salad oil. And like I said, I never measure anything, but I'm going approximately 50-50 on the olive oil. Or the best way to think of it is I'm going 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 with the olive oil, the salad oil, and red wine vinegar. And you just want to stir that through like so. See, I was very fortunate when I was an apprentice. I learned how to do everything in parts. So measuring, especially with American measuring cups, doesn't make any sense to me. I do everything in parts. Like for instance, with this dressing, okay? If I put down 1 part olive oil, 1 part salad oil, 1 part vinegar with 1 egg yolk, you know that those are equal amounts, okay? And then a pinch of salt, pepper, and the rest of the seasoning. And salt, pepper, sugar, you know. So if you think about it, it makes a lot more sense. And I know you're gonna be surprised to hear this, but that's actually the metric system. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and put the dressing over the top, nice and easy. And we're just gonna stir this through. Now let me grab a towel. Because this is our first show doing for KPBS, I decided to bring these beautiful wine towels. Aren't they lovely? Okay, now, that's ready to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salad oil. And we're gonna go ahead and blacken off this fish. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the fish, add a little bit of blackening spice to the other side. Now, Opa's a really nice fish, okay? This is great for sushi and stuff like that. So the farthest I'm gonna go with this is a beautiful medium rare. I don't want it cooked any further than medium rare, because if you cook it further than medium rare, you're gonna lose a lot of the natural juices that are in there. This is a very, very moist fish. Now, as you can see, the pan is working very nicely. We're gonna go ahead, just lay that down like so. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna flip it once, and you see how pretty that is. Let me hold this up for you guys. There you go. Okay? Oh, it's delicious. And then we're just gonna take the slaw, and we're just going to take the slaw on this pretty little plate. This plate is 110 years old. And believe it or not, about another half a minute and the fish will be done. Then I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna make a little garnish. Now this is really easy. All I'm doing is I'm just taking the green part of a green onion and I'm just cutting down like so. Okay, there's my garnish for this beautiful dish. Now the fish is perfect. It's perfect medium rare. I'm gonna bring this back here, and here we go. Okay, let me get rid of that. And then I've got the garnish right here, and we're just gonna let the garnish sit there like so. Like so. Ladies and gentlemen, here you are, blackened Opa bottom loin with a beautiful jicama slaw and horseradish. I want to call it a dressing. I don't know. What should I call this horseradish concoction? Work with me. Come, somebody out there. What should I call this stuff? Okay, I'll just call it a dressing then. Okay, beautiful. I'm here with Mr. McDougall. He's the head of the Visitors Bureau. And Mr. McDougall, if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about Fallbrook.
Well, Fallbrook is the northernmost unincorporated community in the county of San Diego. It's a sleepy little town, originally had its roots in agriculture, is now converting over into more of an art community. A lot of art studios, galleries, retail shops. We've got a couple of real nice wineries here in the town, and it's just kind of an evolving town. It's off the main highway, so you have to be looking for it to get to it. But it's just a great little community, about 40,000 people, that covers the region that includes Fallbrook, with surrounding areas. So just a nice little town, great little community to be raise kids and be part of a community.
I noticed that this mural says 1920. You actually had a snowstorm here in Fallbrook?
Yes, we did. It was actually a hailstorm, but it covered the roads and all the areas with hail, and so it made a lot of great photos back in the 20s. We actually go back to 1856, the original founding of Fallbrook.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. McDougall. I actually have a cooking show to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite desserts in the world. I'm gonna do fresh strawberries with a little bit of Sauvignon cream. Okay? Now, I'm doing the Sauvignon cream a little bit different than normally. First of all, I've got an egg, and we have sugar. And I'm doing about 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now, I got a little bit of whisk over here. Got this beautiful towel. And I have some Sauvignon wine, which I'm going to be incorporating with. Okay, do a quick stir. Get the egg broken up nicely. We're going to just add a little bit of Sauvignon Blanc right to it like so. Then we're going to go back. And then just add a little bit more wine. Now, for future reference, the actual recipe, which I consistently change, is actually a 1/4 cup of wine per yolk, or per egg, okay, in order to get the right consistency. Basically, that's about what you're gonna come up with. There's our finished product right there. After it comes off the heat, there's one last ingredient to this that just freaks everybody out. If you're familiar with Grand Marnier, oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna toss in a little bit of Grand Marnier, just a little bit, just a little drizzle. Now you don't wanna cook the Grand Marnier, you wanna keep the alcohol of the Grand Marnier there, even though you've lost the alcohol of the wine by cooking it. Okay. Then we're just gonna do that real quick. Then I've got some strawberries. I've got sliced strawberries here. I'm gonna show you 2 ways of doing this. Sliced strawberries and whole strawberries. Personally, I prefer to do it with whole strawberries. Now, if you're gonna do it with whole strawberries, you just slice like so, because that's a little large. And all I'm doing is taking off the green. You can do that with a spoon also. Now, if you have sliced strawberries, you can have a little fun with it. You can just go a little bit of cream, a little bit of strawberries. Let's go up a little bit more. And then a little bit of cream. A lot of strawberries. And then you can go like so with the whole strawberries, which I just cut a few in half. Now I've got these two lovely ladies out in the audience that I'm going to bring up who's going to sample this for you guys out in TV land. You don't get to have any unless you make it yourself. So, Caroline and Ann, come on up. So, Ann, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know all about Caroline. We used to date back in the day. No, I'm just kidding. She's not that old. Anyway, Ann, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Born and raised in San Diego.
Oh, really?
Yeah. North County coastal area.
Really?
Yeah. A big Wildcats fan, went to U of A. So that's important.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I
And
do-
how about you, Caroline?
Born and raised in the South,
What part?
South Carolina, Southern Belle.
Your namesake, huh?
That's right.
Sweet
Okay.
Caroline.
That's right.
Sweet
Thank you.
Caroline. Okay, now I don't know who has the sliced and who has
I
the.
sliced.
Okay, now you guys both try it, but it's very important that you try it with the actual Sauvignon Blanc, because see what I did with this recipe. The reason why I paired these two together is because I want people to think of Sauvignon in a different way. Most of the time, people do it with sherry, okay, and it doesn't quite give you what you're looking for. What I'm looking for is something that's going to really hit your palate and stick with it. And also, because I was using this beautiful wine from Fallbrook, I didn't want to destroy the wine with sherry. So here we go. Go ahead, give it a try. Now you gotta try it with.
That is amazing.
That was
That's amazing.
You like the combination?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
I need more.
Oh, well, you're gonna get lunch too. But I really hope you guys enjoy it. And go ahead, have a seat.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you guys have fun. And last but not least, we've got a couple things here. I'd like to invite Duncan for a second. Duncan, your boss Ira told me that I could take these two bottles of wine home. We've got 2007 BDX and we have the 2007 Shiraz. Duncan, tell me about these wines, because I hear that these are your babies and they're your favorites by far.
Well, they are kind of. The BDX is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot, and Malbec. Now, those are the 5 most traditional Bordeaux varieties. We started replanting the vineyard in 2003, and I still have some sore muscles to prove it. We planted 5.5 acres on the first round. We built it up to 15 acres, but I've been involved with every one of those.
Oh, okay.
The BDX and the Syrah both are, they are, like I said, my babies.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're into red wine and you'd like to try a little bit of red wine with this interesting fish that we did earlier, I tell you what, the Shiraz and the BDX would be an excellent accompaniment. Thank you all for joining us. You can always catch us at catchthespirit.tv, or you can catch us at www.winormous.com.